Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing some more fall decorating. This time I'm going to be right off my entryway in the long hallway. So I've cleared everything off here, and you can see over here got my entry done. So now I'm going to be decorating over here. So I need to do my shelf, need to do my table here. I'm going to do the galvanized basket up there. Probably going to hang something up here. I did take that one thing down, so let's go ahead and hang my DIY project that I showed. I think this is going to be really pretty right here to use these colors. It will kind of tie in with what's in the entryway. I'm going to start off on the right side here on the shelf, and I'm going to be bringing back my glass jar with some ornamental grass that came from my yard a couple years ago. And on the left here I have my container that I like to use a lot. I normally have greenery in it, but I'm going to be adding a little fall arrangement that I did with just a couple of fall picks. So it's all tying in together with the more natural, neutral tones in here, not doing any bright oranges. Next thing I want to do is add my dark brown bottle here. And over to the left, I want to add a little bit of the same color. So I happen to have a candlestick. I actually have two, but I only want to use one. And I'm going to put a pumpkin on here. And I found this pumpkin down in my pumpkin bin that has the colors that I'm using, so it works perfectly here. Now I want to add a little bit of fall foliage going on here. So I have a couple of these picks here with more of the neutral color. So I added one on each side. And I am going to do a little bit of a pop of an orange because I do have that orange up above in the flowers. So let's add some pumpkins. So these aren't super bright orange pumpkins. Now I want to add a little sign here. I have my little sign that says harvest. And I know it's hard to see, but it does blend in the orange color of the harvest with all the colors I'm using. Then I'm going to just add a little bit here on each side of the sign. Got that bare space. So I added these little hangy down things that I got off of a pick. So I think this looks really pretty right now. And I also added a little bit more on each side where that open space was. So that is all that I'm going to do up here. Now I'm going to come down on top of my table and we're going to start decorating here. The first thing I've added is one of my gray baskets here. I'm not really going to do an arrangement in here. I just wanted to add some naturals. These are some of those preserved natural leaves, kind of liking the colors with the brownish orange. Then I have my little DIY pumpkin that I did. That was a thrift store find a few years ago that I painted like this. Now I'm adding my little riser. This was a DIY that I made a little while ago. And I'm going to put this antique-y looking container on here. It actually has something for fall on it on the other side, but I don't like what it is. But I do like this side. Now I've also added another orange pumpkin. It's more of a muted orange. And I'm going to do just a little bit of an arrangement here, come flowing down from the container onto the riser. And then I added just a little cream colored pumpkin. It matches the cream color in the pumpkin across from it. I also have this little sign here. It has the colors and it has the browns, since I have some browns going on. Now, I'm only going to add one more thing here, and it's not anything decorative, and it is a little tray, and I want to put it here because I got to leave this space open because this is where we set our keys and stuff. So just got to do it. But I do want to add a little bit of greenery over here by the pumpkin. So I'm going to add this little leaf pick right here. And then I want to add some pine cones. So I added a couple of my pine cones. And I'm going to add a little bit more color into here. So I have these little pieces of a creamy color. And I also added this pick that I have, just to give a little pop of color over here. All right, so let's check out how this looks. And you can see it blends in with what I did on the shelf up above. Okay, so now we're going to head down to the bottom of the table. Now the first thing I'm adding is my autumn leaves and pumpkins please sign. And then I'm going to add this lantern here. This is just like the one that's in my entryway. And then I have another one of those containers up above. It's bigger. And I have it on its side because I'm going to do a little bit of some stuff spilling out of it. But let's continue to the right side here and add a couple more things. So I've added one of my DIY pumpkins from a couple years ago and my little galvanized pail that says number 1. And I want to add just a little bit of fallness right there by the pail. And that's all I'm doing. It's just a leaf pick with some of that creamy berries from up above. All right, I also added some more of that over here next to the pumpkin just to tie it all in. Okay, so now I'm going to move over to the left side, and I have another one of those fall foliage picks like I used in the arrangement up above, and I added just a couple of pumpkins in there. Okay, let's pan up. Okay, so here's how this is looking. I'm really loving the colors in here. And now I gotta do something over here. I'm just gonna do a quick arrangement in here. So the first thing I've done is put a piece of styrofoam. And I would use Spanish moss, but I know how that likes to shed a lot, so I'm just gonna try to cover it up where you can't see it. So here's my first fall foliage pick here. And then I'm going to add some of this faux looking wheat. They were long stem pieces that I cut down to fit in there. I'm also going to add a little punch of color here with some leaves. And then I'm going to add some flowers in here too. We're going to actually add some sunflowers. Some of these orangey sunflowers that I put in here. Now, I want to add a few more picks here and there. I'm going to show you how it turned out because I got to get that styrofoam covered. So here's how it turned out. I think I did really well of covering up the styrofoam. I know you might see just a little bit of the white, but that's okay. All right, so let's check it out here. Now over on my haul tree, I just added this metal pumpkin here. And I also added the bigger size over by my milk can. And those I got from Kirkland's, I don't know, about 5 years ago, I think. So I'm loving how this is looking in here. Let's get some close-ups real quick at the top shelf. All right, let's move down to the top of the table. And we'll move down to the bottom. All right, let's pan up again here. We'll go over here to the arrangement. Like I said, I know you can see maybe a little bit of the white, but that's okay. And here's that pumpkin. I love these pumpkins, they're so pretty. And then here's the smaller version. And I didn't want to do too much on my haul tree because we still use this to hang hats and coats on. So I'm just going to back up here. We can check it all out. Alright my sweet friends, that's going to do it for the video today. I hope that you enjoyed it. Now I'm going to be having my home tour coming up on Friday the 22nd. I got lots more decorating to do. So I want to wish everybody a very wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.